Welcome students, a hearty welcome to Baiju's Government Exams Prep YouTube channel. So today's topic in quantitative ability is averages, जिसे हम हिंदी में औसत बोलते हैं। तो प्रायः ऐसा देखा जाता है कि इस पर एक प्रश्न आ ही जाता है IBPS प्री के एग्जामिनेशन में, PO के। So we find that at least one question on averages it appears in IBPS PO pre-examination. Now, apart from that individual question, this particular concept is also used while solving questions in data interpretation. तो डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन में जो प्रश्न आते हैं उसमें भी कम से कम एक सवाल तो एवरेजेस या औसत पर आ ही जाता है। तो इस हिसाब से ये टॉपिक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। दिस टॉपिक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड लेट अस स्टार्ट लर्निंग इट right from the basic concepts and gradually start increasing our level. तो बेसिक से स्टार्ट करते हुए धीरे धीरे अपना लेवल बढ़ाते जाएंगे और फिर आप इन प्रश्नों को अपने आप बना सकेंगे। चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं आज की क्लास की। तो औसत है क्या? राशियों का योगफल बटा में राशियों की संख्या। सो व्हाट इज एवरेज? इट इज सम ऑफ क्वांटिटीज by number of quantities. So if at all you are given, let us say 7 numbers or 7 quantities, you add them up and then divide the total by 7, you will get the average. So as to say, the other name for the average is mean. तो अंग्रेजी में mean भी कहा जाता है ऐसे, right? तो यहां पर अगर आपको बहुत सारी राशियां दी जाएं तो उन सभी राशियों को जोड़ दें। मान लें कि आपको 7 राशियां दी गई हैं, आप सातों राशियों को जोड़ लें और फिर उसे 7 से ही भाग कर लें। जितनी वो राशियां हैं उतनी राशियों से भाग कर दें। तो यहां पर आपको यह मालूम पड़ेगा कि एवरेज या औसत जो होता है वो एक तरह से इन सभी राशियों का बीच की संख्या होती है। सो एवरेज इज नथिंग बट इट इज द काइंड ऑफ मिडल नंबर when you have certain quantities given to you, if you arrange them in increasing or decreasing order. Now, some basics we have already learned. कुछ चीजें तो हम लर्न कर ही चुके हैं। n प्राकृत संख्याओं का औसत, the sum of n natural numbers, that we have already learned. It is nothing but n plus 1 by 2. So if at all certain numbers are given to you, If at all the numbers are given to you, अगर आपको संख्याएं दी गई हैं, तो एक और बात बता दूं मैं आपको कि अगर तो हम यहां पर ये देख रहे हैं कि इन संख्याओं के बीच का अंतर समान है, if the difference between the consecutive numbers is the same, it should be the same, all right? So the middle number here will be the average of these 5 numbers. तो अगर आपको यही 5 संख्याएं दी गई हैं, मान लीजिए 2 3 4 5 6 5 संख्याएं हैं, तो बीच वाला जो संख्या आपको दी गई है, बीच वाली संख्या, वही औसत कहलाएगी। लेकिन अगर आपको 4 संख्याएं दी जाती तब आप क्या करते हैं? चलिए पहले इसका एक और एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं। इफ यू आर गिवन, लेट अस से 7 नंबर्स, 17 18 19 20 21 22 23. So these are consecutive numbers. एक के बाद एक लगातार आने वाली संख्याएं हैं। बीच की संख्या कौन सी हुई? देखिए जी, 1 2 3 4, यहां पर भी 1 2 3 4। तो दोनों तरफ से देखें अगर आप, दोनों छोर से, तो ये चौथी संख्या बनती है। तो ये बीच की संख्या जो है ये इन सभी संख्याओं का औसत होता है। इन राशियों को जोड़कर 7 से भाग करने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है। So if you are given these 7 numbers, 7 consecutive natural numbers, so the 4th number, either from left or right, it is going to be the middle number, and that would be the average of all these 7 numbers. You need not add these 7 numbers and then divide by 7. It's not required. All right? Now, इसी तरह से हम बात करेंगे सम संख्याओं और विषम संख्याओं के अंदर। अगर हमें दी गई हों ऐसी सम संख्याएं और विषम संख्याएं जो लगातार आ रही हैं, तो उनमें भी जो बीच की संख्या होगी वही एवरेज होगी या औसत होगी। सो इफ इट ऑल वी आर गिवन सम ऑड नंबर ऑफ even numbers and odd numbers, by that I mean 5 even numbers or 5 odd numbers or 7 odd numbers, So the number which is exactly in the middle, the fourth number, that would be the average of all the 7 even or odd numbers. All right. If it is 5 even or odd numbers, then the middle one, that is the third one. All right. n प्राकृतिक संख्याओं के वर्ग का औसत. So the sum of squares of n natural numbers, if at all you find out, and you have to find out its average, औसत अगर आपने निकालनी हो तो जो भी आप उनका सम निकालते हैं, जितनी भी संख्याएं हैं उससे भाग कर दें. So the sum of squares of n natural numbers we know is n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. So if you want to find out the average, just divide this by the number of numbers whose squares you are adding up. Same process goes with finding out the averages of the cubes as well. तो n प्राकृतिक संख्याओं के घन का अगर आप योग देखेंगे तो ये योग दिया गया है. So that is n into n plus 1 का whole square by 4. So if you need to find out, let us say, the average of these, then you obviously will further divide this by n, the numbers which are given to you. तो संख्याओं की संख्या कितनी है उससे आप भाग करेंगे. आगे चलते हैं. तो पहले आप बताएं कि पहली 20 प्राकृत संख्याओं का औसत कितना है. व्हाट इज द sum of first 20 natural numbers? Find out the average of first 20 natural numbers. All right. So how would you do that? First 20 natural numbers would be nothing but 1, 2, so on till 20. तो पहली 20 प्राकृत संख्याएं जो हैं वो 1 से लेकर 20 तक होंगी. तो उसके बीच में अब अगर आप देखें तो ये 20 जो है ये तो एक सम संख्या है. आपके पास 20 संख्याएं हैं. तो संख्याओं का नंबर अगर हम देखें तो 20 है. तो ऐसे में अगर आप पाएं, इफ इट ऑल यू आर गिवन the number of numbers is even, let us say if I give you 4 consecutive numbers here, natural numbers, all right. Now how many are these? 4. If at all there would have been 5 or 7 or 9 or 11, likewise if at all the number of numbers would have been odd, 5, 7, 9 or 11, then we would have taken the middle value as the average. तो आप ये पाएंगे कि अगर आपको यहां पर 1, 2, 3, 4 इस तरह से अगर 5 संख्याएं दी होती या 7 दी होती या 9 दी होती, विषम नंबर की संख्याएं दी होती, तब आप पाते कि उसके बीचों बीच जो संख्या आ रही है वही औसत है. परंतु यहां पर मैं आपको केवल 4 ही संख्याएं दे रहा हूं. 4 माने विषम, सॉरी विषम नहीं, सम. तो यहां पर here I am giving you only 4 numbers. 4 means what? Even. All right. Then what do? You take the average of the middle 2 numbers. Okay. So this is 1, 2. This is 1, 2. So second from the left and second from the right. Exactly in the middle. All right. Now you know that 2 plus 3 by 2 is nothing but 5 by 2. So it is going to be 2.5. All right. So the average here, if you need to find out for, let us say, even number of numbers, in that case you will take the average of the middle 2 numbers. तो मान लेते हैं कि मैं आपको यहां पर 6 संख्याएं देता हूं. I give you 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive numbers. So what would you do? The middle numbers here happen to be 3 and 4. देखें 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, यही हैं वो 2 संख्याएं जो कि इन सभी संख्याओं के बीच में पड़ती हैं. या तो आप इनको अग्रिम क्रम में लिख दें, इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में, या फिर डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में लिख दें. आइदर यू राइट देम इन इंक्रीजिंग और डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर. ऑलराइट. सो टेक द मिडिल 2 वैल्यूज. Now after having taken the middle 2 values, you would divide this by 2 because these are 2 values. So sum of these 2 values divided by number of these values. How many values are these? These are 2 values. So this would become 7 by 2. So it would be 3.5. All right. Now similarly, you have to find out the average of first 20 natural numbers. So now in first 20 natural numbers, if you need to find out the 2 middle numbers, then in that case there is another thing which I would like to point out here. And दैट इज द मिडल टू नंबर्स हेयर आर गोइंग टू बी, अगर ये यहां पर जैसे 4 संख्याएं हैं तो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी n/2 एंड n/2 plus 1. These are the two middle values. Like these are 4 values. ये आपको 4 संख्याएं दी हैं, तो 4/2 कितना होता है जी? 2, और आगे 4/2 में एक और जोड़ दें तो 3. तो दूसरी और तीसरी संख्या ये हैं मिडल वैल्यूज, अगर यहां पर हमें सम नंबर की संख्याएं दी गई हों, अर्थात 4. तो ठीक ऐसे ही जैसे मैंने आपको यहां पर 6 संख्याएं दी थी, तो n/2 यहां पर क्या आ जाएगा? 6/2 जो कि है 3, और n/2 + 1 क्या आ जाएगा? 3 + 1 दैट इज 4th. So 3rd and 4th that we have taken here. All right. So if at all there are 4 numbers or 6 numbers or 8 numbers and we have to find out 2 numbers in the middle, so we will take them as n/2 and n/2 plus 1. All right. So the numbers are n/2th and n/2 plus 1th. All right. So 4 numbers, 4/2 that is 2nd, and then plus 1 that is 3rd. Similarly 6 numbers, so 6 is the value of n/2, 3rd number, plus 1 that is 4th number. So here we know that the value of n is 20. So 20/2 is one number and the other is 20/2 plus 1. So that is 10th and the 11th number. Well, 10वां और 11वां संख्या जो यहां पर होगी, 1 से लेकर 20 तक जब आप लिखेंगे तो वो तो 10 और 11 ही होंगी. तो वी विल फाइंड आउट द एवरेज ऑफ दीज टू. तो यहां पर आप 0.5 लगा दें, यहां पर एक 0.5 कम कर दें, एक ही बात है. या फिर 21/2 लें, आइदर यू, बिकॉज देयर इज अ डिफरेंस ऑफ 1, so you give half to the previous number and half to the other number. You can take the if at all there are 2 numbers, so what you can do is you can always divide the difference by 2. The difference here is 1. All right, so 1/2 is 0.5. So add 0.5, reduce 0.5, add 0.5 to 10, reduce 0.5 from 11, you'll still get 10.5. All right, so that is what we'll get. Now here, if you have to, let us say, find out the average of the squares of first 25 natural numbers. So you know the formula. All right. If you find the sum is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. All right. And here, sum of quantities by number of quantities is what you have to take. Correct? तो sum of quantities यहां पर कितना आ जाएगा? अगर जोड़ेंगे इसको, तो इसको अगर लेंगे तो कितना आएगा? 25 गुना में 26 गुना में 51/6. And the number of quantities here are nothing but they are again 25. So you just remove that. That gets removed. So n gets cancelled. All right. So here n will get cancelled. So this is the only value that you are left with. So goes by 2, goes by 3. So 13 into 17 is what we get. So 13 into 7 is 91. 13 into 1 is 13 plus 9, that is 221 should be the average here. Now likewise you can find out the average of cubes of first 10 natural numbers. Now once again, if you have to find out the average of cubes of 10 natural numbers, it has to be first of all sum of cubes by number of cubes. So sum of cubes we have already learned. How much is that? n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square, right? And then number of cubes here anyhow is n only. So you divide it by n. तो ये तो आपको पता ही है कि घनों का अगर जोड़ लेना है आपने प्राकृत संख्याओं का, तो वो n गुना में n जमा 1/2 इसका वर्ग आएगा, और इसे आप n से भाग करेंगे क्योंकि कितनी घन राशियां हैं? n घन राशियां हैं. तो यहां पर here we have 10 into 11 by 2 whole square, and also we have 10 here. Okay, so this is 110 into 110. Just a minute. By 2 square, that is 2 into 2 into 1 by 10. So this anyhow will cancel. ये तो कैंसिल हो ही गया, ठीक। तो बाकी भी आप यहां पर कैंसिल कर सकते हैं चाहे तो। ये आ गया 2, ये आ गया 55। अब 55 गुना में 11 करना है आपने, तो इसका तो बहुत बढ़िया तरीका है, ये आप जानते ही हैं। 55 गुना में 10, 55 into 10, 550 plus 55. That is all that you need to do. All right, so what you get is a 605. Now 605, this you need to still divide by 2, so you get a 3, a 0, a 2.5. So this will be the average of cubes of first 10 natural numbers. हमने ये सीखा था कि cubes कैसे निकालनी है average of first 10 natural numbers, जितने भी natural numbers हो, और अगर आपने उसकी average निकालनी हो तो कुछ नहीं करना है, आपने n से भाग कर देना है। So we already know how to find out the cubes of n natural numbers, and if at all you need to find out their average, you just have to divide it by n, all right? Similarly for squares and natural numbers also. So we move ahead with some simple questions once again. So what is the average of the following numbers? Numbers are given to you here. नीचे दी गई संख्याओं का औसत कितना है, ये एक बार देखें। So can you find out please? I'm giving you 10 seconds. 5 seconds would be enough in fact. Please hurry up, very fast. You know why 5 seconds? Because 63 you should be adding to 37. 63 should not be added to 15. आपको यहां पर 63 को 37 के साथ जोड़ना चाहिए, 63 को 15 के साथ नहीं जोड़ना चाहिए। Reason? Because 63 plus 37 would be a multiple of 10, that is 100. क्यों? 3 जमा 7 10 होता है। 3 plus 7 is 10. So that is why you should try and look for adding those numbers who add up to a multiple of 10. आपको हमेशा ये कोशिश करना चाहिए कि उन दो संख्याओं को पहले जोड़ें जिन्हें जोड़ने के बाद में जो भी रिजल्ट आता है वो 10 से भाग होता है। इस तरह से यहां पर अगर आप देखें तो ये मिला 40, तो ये 100 है, ये 40 है, एक 40 यहां है, तो ये पूरा बना 180, ऑलराइट, एंड दीज आर 5 numbers, so you get the average here as 36. So that is one way, all right? Now the other is, you can also use another method which is called deviation method. Now this is something which I would be teaching you in DI, but I'll just give you an idea about the same. So let us forget that you are going to do it as sum of quantities by number of quantities. मान लीजिए कि आप जो स्टैंडर्ड मेथड है राशियों का योगफल बटा में राशियों की संख्या, उससे ना करें अगर आप, तो एक डिविएशन मेथड जो कहलाता है उससे क्या कर सकते हैं। तो आप मान लें यहां पर कोई भी एक बीच की वैल्यू मान लें, कोई भी एक वैल्यू ले लें। तो आपने वैल्यू ऐसा मान लेते हैं कि आपने यहां पर मानी 37। 37 इज द अज्यूम्ड एवरेज। So let us say that you have assumed the average as 37, one of the numbers. Now what do? You have the numbers here as 63, you have 15, you have 40 and you have 25. Alright, अब आप यहां पर difference देखें। By 63 is greater than 37. By how much? By let us say plus 26. Alright. 15 is lesser than 37, all right? So by how much? Again, you will have this, let us say, as minus 22, okay? Now, 40 again is greater than 37. By how much? By 3. 25 is lesser than 37. Again, by how much? 12. So you keep on adding them. So now 26 plus 3 is 27. This is addition. And here, minus 22 and minus 12 is minus 34. So what you find is a minus 7 here. All right. And as these are, let us say, 5 quantities which are given to you. Okay. What you could have done is, as we have assumed that the average is 37, we are taking the deviations here. All right. So with 63 it is 26, with 15 it is minus 22, with 40 it is plus 3, and with 25 it is minus 12. After having added all these figures, we found out that it is minus 7 is what we are getting, but we will not do 37 minus 7 here. Okay. Now from this assumed average that we have, what we are having is a minus 7 for these 5 quantities has to be, let us say, a minus 7 by 5. So I can say that nearly minus 1.2 is what you have to subtract. So it will come out to be, let us say, 36. So this is another method that can be used here. So 36 is the average that we found out. Now let's have a look at this question. Now I give you some 10 seconds to 15 seconds to solve this one. Please hurry up. Okay, if you want to solve this with the standard procedure, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि इसको हम जो भी फॉर्मूला है वो लगाकर अगर इसका हल बनाएं तो वो कुछ इस प्रकार आता है. We know average is sum of quantities by number of quantities. ये हम जानते हैं ऑलरेडी. एक कक्षा में 20 बच्चे हैं, there are 20 students in a class and their average weight is 50 kgs. और उनका औसत वजन 50 किलो है. एक नए बच्चे के आने से कक्षा का औसत वजन 1 किलो बढ़ जाता है. तो सबसे पहले तो पहली वाली जो स्टोरी है वो लिख देते हैं. नाउ इनिशियली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, यू नो द एवरेज वेट इज गिवन टू यू एज 50 kgs. ऑलराइट. नाउ ऑफ हाउ मेनी स्टूडेंट्स? ऑफ 20 स्टूडेंट्स. सो व्हाट वुड बी द टोटल वेट? The total weight is nothing but average weight into number of students. So this is what we have. As you can see, 20 cancels, 50 is equal to 50. तो 50 आपको यहां पर औसत दिया गया है, 20 संख्या है बच्चों की, तो 50 गुना में 20 कर देंगे तो आपको कुल वजन मिल जाएगा. आप देख पा रहे हैं 20 को आप कैंसिल कर दें तो 50 बराबर 50 ही आ जाएगा. परंतु अब यहां पर कुछ चेंज आया है. There has been a change which has been introduced, and what is that? After a new student joins the class, the average weight increases by 1 kg. So the average weight here is increasing by 1 kg. When a new student joins the class. Now what is the weight of this new student? We don't know, so we assume it to be X. So this X is the weight of the new student which would get added to, let us say, the total weight of 20 students. Now as you can see, this would require calculation. Now 50 into 21 is equal to, let us say, 1000. Okay. Now here 50 into 20, 51 into 21 you will do. All right. So there is no doubt that you will be able to do. I mean, if you take 51 into 20 separately and then you add 51 into 1, then also you can manage this, isn't it so? So how much is this? 50. This is going to be 1020, and in that you are adding another 51, so this should be 1071, from which you will reduce 1000. तो आपने 51 को 21 से गुना किया, आपके पास में 1071 आया, उसमें से आप 1000 हटाएंगे तो इसका मतलब जो ये नया स्टूडेंट है, नया बालक जो आया है, इसका वेट 71 kg है. जरा इसको देखते हैं, ध्यान से देखते हैं. मैं आपसे पूछता हूं, I will ask you that there were initially 20 students in a class, all right? The average weight was 50 kg. So each person had 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 20 थे जो आपके पास में विद्यार्थी थे. हर एक का वेट 50, 50, 50 है औसतन. अब जब एक नया यहां पर बच्चा आया क्लास में, when a new student enters into the class, the average weight of these 20 students is increasing by 1 kg each. जो ये 20 विद्यार्थी हैं, इनका औसत वजन जो है वो 1-1 किलो बढ़ गया। वो कहां से आया? वो तो यही बच्चा लेकर आया ना। दिस न्यू स्टूडेंट हैज ब्रॉट दोज 20 kgs विच ही हैज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड अमंग दीज 20 स्टूडेंट्स। तो ये जो नया विद्यार्थी है, यही वो एक्स्ट्रा 20 किलो लेकर आया जो उसने 20 स्टूडेंट को थमा दिया, 1-1 किलो करके बांट दिया उनमें। तो 20 स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं उनका तो एवरेज वेट 51 आ गया। सो द एवरेज वेट ऑफ these 20 students became 51 after each one receives 1 kg. Now this 21st student who has joined, because he is now a part of the group, so his average weight should also be 51 kgs. So simple as that. His average weight here is 51 kgs and he has brought in 20 kgs extra and distributed 1 kg to each of the students. So hence his weight must be 71 kgs. क्योंकि ये बच्चा जो यहाँ पर आया है, इस कक्षा को ज्वाइन करने के बाद में 51 किलो तो उसका वेट औसतन होना ही चाहिए, और वो 20 किलो एक्स्ट्रा अपने साथ लेकर आया जो 1-1 किलो करके उसने इन बच्चों में बांट दिया। तो 51 उसका वेट औसतन तो है ही, 20 किलो वो एक्स्ट्रा लाया था जो उसने बाकी सब में बांट कर उनकी औसत बढ़ा दी। तो 51 जमा 20 71 सीधा आ गया। तो की कैलकुलेशंस क्यों करेंगे आप? सीधा सा लॉजिक लगाएं, अगले प्रश्न में इसी लॉजिक का इस्तेमाल करें। प्लीज ट्राई टू यूज दिस लॉजिक एंड सेव योर टाइम डूइंग ऑल दीज कैलकुलेशंस एंड यू वुड कमिट एन एरर आल्सो समवेयर, राइट? So use this logic which I am telling you. Simple reasoning we are doing here, all right? So just try to solve these questions and this can be now solved within 5 to 10 seconds. Please be fast. There are 20 students in a class and their average weight is 50 kgs. Now after a new student joins the class, the average weight decreases by 1 kg. तो वही 20 बच्चे कक्षा में, उनका औसतन वजन जो है वो 50 किलो है। लेकिन इस बार एक जब नया विद्यार्थी आया तब इनका जो औसत वजन है वो 1 किलो गिर गया, कम हो गया। मतलब कितना हो गया? 49 kg, 49 kgs, because it reduced by 1, right? So now what is the weight of the new student? See, equation will become like this, same, 50 is equal to 50 into 20 by 20. Now here average has reduced by 1 kg, isn't it so? यहां पर तो औसत एक कम हो गई। कब? जब एक नया बच्चा आया। उसका वेट क्या है पता नहीं, we don't know the weight of the new student, so we will assume it to be x. Every unknown is x in maths. So what you basically get here is another calculation, that is 49 into 21 is equal to 1000 plus x. That is what you get. Okay, now if you calculate, you know 50 into 21 here would have been 1050. अब उसमें से आप 21 घटा दें तो you would get a 1029. So what you have here is a 1029, that is the value of x. If you are good at calculations, आप जल्दी कर लेंगे। मेरा पॉइंट ये है, my point is there were 20 students, each weighing 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. New student comes. Now each of these 20 students would weigh 1 kg less, 49 kgs. Where did this 1 kg go? Each student has donated this 1 kg to the new entrant who's suffering maybe from malnutrition. All right. So that means after the new student gets this 20 kgs from these 20 students, 1 kg each, then his weight became 49 because now he is part of the group. So his average weight must be 49. भाई ये जो नया स्टूडेंट आया था, इसने 20 बच्चों से 1-1 किलो तो ले लिया वेट उनका, तभी तो हर एक का वेट जो है वो 49 किलो हुआ। 1-1 किलो लेने के बाद में सबका वेट जो है 20 स्टूडेंट्स का वो हो गया 49। 20 किलो इस नया स्टूडेंट ने ले लिया, 20 किलो लेने के बाद में उसका वेट 49 kgs हुआ। इसका मतलब पहले उसका वेट, 20 किलो लेने से पहले उसका वेट 29 kgs होगा। Simple as that. There's nothing much in it. Why do you need to do these calculations? Now try to solve this question. Come on, be fast. All right, this time there are 20 students in a class and their average weight is 50 kgs. Same, the basic happens to be the same. एक कक्षा में 20 बच्चे हैं और उनका औसत वजन 50 किलो है. एक बच्चे के जाने से कक्षा का औसत वजन 1 किलो बढ़ जाता है, शायद खुशी के मारे, फूले नहीं समा रहे होंगे. तो उस बच्चे का वजन कितना है जो बाहर गया? So after a student leaves the class, the average weight increases by 1 kg. All right. So the whole point here is 20 students were weighing 50 kgs each. All right. That was the average weight. After a student leaves the class, goes out, then what happens? 19 are left. All right. And their weight increases by 1 kg, it becomes 51 kg. How? Where is this 1 kg coming from? Obviously, this outgoing student, before he left, just when he was about to leave, he donated 1 kg to each of the members ki lo yaar khush ho jao, mera 1 kilo le lo. All right. To how many students? 19. So 19 he donated to these 19 students, 19 kgs he donated. And what was his average weight? Actually, his average weight was 50 kgs. All right. He donated 19. So the outgoing student must be weighing 31 kgs. I hope this is very clear to you. All right. Now, if at all you still would like to solve it with the help of formula, initially 50, so 50 into 20 by 20, one student leaves, that who leaves, his weight we will reduce from the total weight, the average weight is also going down, so you have a calculation now, 49 into 19 is equal to 1000 minus x. Again, so this can also be calculated, see 19 into 5 is how much? 95. So 19 into 50 will be how much? 950. But you have taken 119 extra. Is it or not? Because there should be 49 nines. All right. So from 950 you will reduce 19. First reduce 20. It is going to be 930 plus 1, 931. So this is nothing but 931 is equal to 1000 minus x. So x here is 1000 minus 931. Which is again 61 kgs. Now that is what will be the weight of the outgoing student. Yes, sorry. So here you needed to add because his weight was 50 kgs anyhow. Just a minute, I'll just erase this. Sorry, just one thing. His weight was 50 kgs anyhow and he donated 19 kgs. All right. So his weight has to be more here. Is it or not? Just one sec. No, I made a calculation mistake. We will do this again. Just one sec. Yeah. So yeah, 20 students in a class weighing 50 kgs. All right. One student leaves. The weight here becomes 51. All right. Yes, it has to be lesser actually. There was a calculation mistake. Okay. So for sure, this has to be 50 minus 19 because 19 students, each of them now is weighing 51 kgs. So it has to be 31. And the calculation which I performed here, we just committed a small error here. That was the only thing. All right. So 50 into 19, if I take is 950. From there, I am basically, let me do this. Just one sec. 50 into 19, if I am taking, that is 950. All right. So from that, if I am reducing, let us say 119. Why am I taking 49 by the way? This is where I have just committed an error. Yeah. It is 51 into 19. the average weight has increased by 1 kg. Okay, my bad. So just one small error here. So we have, let us say, 19,950 plus another 19 we needed to add, so it is 969. So 969 is 1000 minus x. So x here is 1000 minus 969. That is going to be 31 kgs. I just thought that it has gone down by 1 kg, but that is the very next question in front of you. I think most of you should be able to answer this now. Please be fast. Okay, now I think we have already done it. We have done this one, all right? So 20 students weighing 50 kgs each. All right. Now this time what is happening? इस बार एक बच्चा चला जाता है, outgoing student. Okay. Then the average weight decreases by 1 kg. So it becomes 49. Of how many students? 19 students. Now, where did this 1 kg go? This outgoing student, he took this 1 kg from each of these 19 students along with him. All right. So initially his average weight was 50. While going out, he took this 19 kgs along with him. So now, as we have already calculated, in the previous question, it is 69 kgs. And this time you have the calculation as 49 into 19 is equal to 1000 minus x. All right. So this is how logically the questions can be solved without committing an error. Apart from that, without doing much of calculation. Okay. So just be wary of this weighted average kind of questions which are there. Now, as I have already told you, consecutive numbers, if you have, the middle value will be the average. जो भी बीच की वैल्यू होगी, अगर क्रमागत संख्याएं आपको दी गई हैं, तो उसमें जो भी बीच की वैल्यू आपको मिलेगी, बीच की संख्या होगी, वही औसत है. अब इसे लिख कैसे सकते हैं? अगर आपको 5 क्रमागत संख्याएं लिखनी है, मान लिया जाए, तो 5 क्रमागत संख्याएं आप कैसे लिखेंगे? Well, this is the way you should be writing it. C ले लें या X ले लें या N ले लें, कोई भी वैल्यू ले लें, A ले लें, कुछ भी ले लें. तो ये है C, इससे एक ज़्यादा, एक कम, 1 more, 1 less, 2 more, 2 less. Now, some people would actually prefer to write it as C, C plus 1, C plus 2, C plus 3, C plus 4. So they end up with, let us say, 5C plus 10. And if at all you are equating it to, let us say, some value here, so you would be reducing 10. So that would increase one step. Whereas here, what would you get? Minus 2 and plus 2, minus 1 and plus 1 will get cancelled. So the sum here is going to be nothing, but it is going to be 5C. All right. So it will become that simpler, much simpler. Okay. So it is better कि आप middle value ले लें, एक कम, एक ज़्यादा, 2 कम, 2 ज़्यादा, इस तरह करके ऐसी 5 values आप यहाँ पर लिखें. Now, similarly, as I told you before, if at all you have consecutive even and odd numbers, right, then once again the middle value here is going to be the average. If you arrange them in the increasing or the decreasing order, क्रमागत क्रम में उसको अगर आप संख्याओं को लिखेंगे, तो बीच की जो संख्या होगी, विषम और सम संख्याओं को अगर क्रमागत लिखा जाए, तो बीच की संख्या जो है वही बनेगी. अब इसमें what do you have to do? Let us say that this number is 20. Okay, so plus 2, 22, minus 2, 18, plus 4, 24, minus 4, 16. All right. So all these values, if at all you take the average, it is going to be 20. Okay, it will be the same. Now, it is easier to write it as C, C minus 2, C minus 4, C plus 2, C plus 4. If you add all these, again you will be left with only 5C. Why? Because minus 4 or plus 4 to cut jayega na yaar. Minus 2 and plus 2 will get cancelled. So the sum here is going to be nothing but 5C, as simple as that. Okay, so you should be using such kind of values whenever you have to substitute, which we will be doing now. Now, average of 4 consecutive numbers, क्रमागत संख्याएं ABCD, अगर आपको 4 संख्याएं दी गई हैं, इनको औसत निकालना हो, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि बीच की 2 संख्याएं ले लें, और अगर ये 4 संख्याएं आपने लिखनी हो, if you have to write down these 4 consecutive numbers in terms of x के माध्यम से अगर आपने ये 4 संख्याएं लिखनी हो, तो x ना लें, right? Because again, some people will say it is x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. It is not wrong. It is correct. But again, you know, what you're doing is you're you are increasing one step here. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. आपको 6 एक्स्ट्रा मिल रहा है. आप वो equal to के साइन के दाहिनी तरफ लेकर जाएंगे. You will take it to the right hand side of the equal to mark and you will have to subtract also. But if you assume this as, let us say, the average here actually is going to be x. So minus 0.5 plus 0.5 and here minus 1.5 plus 1.5. So these values when you add will get cancelled. इनको जमा करेंगे तो भाई ये माइनस माइनस जो है प्लस के साथ में कैंसिल हो जाएंगे. तो आपके पास में क्या बचेगा? आपके पास 4x ही बचेगा. ठीक, जो कि सम आएगा. ना इसी को आप चाहें तो ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 3, x minus 3. You can write it like this also. तो 0.5 का चक्कर भी खत्म हो जाएगा. तब भी यहां पर आपकी जो औसत आएगी, the average that you would get will be x. So you can write it as x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 3, x minus 3, so that minus 1 plus 1, minus 3 plus 3, they cancel. Minus 1 plus 1 और minus 3 plus 3 ये आपस में कैंसिल हो जाएंगे. चलिए कुछ क्वेश्चंस बनाते हैं इसमें. एग्जाम क्वेश्चन है आपके सामने. द एवरेज ऑफ 5 कंसेक्यूटिव ऑड नंबर्स ABCDE इज 25. देन व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ E? 5 क्रमागत विषम संख्याएं ABCDE का औसत 25 है, तो E का मान कितना होगा? बहुत आसान है. आंसर आ गया होगा अब तक तो. वैसे 3 सेकंड लगने चाहिए थे, इसमें से इससे ज्यादा नहीं लगेगा. बट यू ऑलरेडी नो दैट दीज आर व्हाट? दीज आर कंसेक्यूटिव ऑड नंबर्स. सो व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज एवरेज. एवरेज इज ऑलवेज द मिडल नंबर. सो C here is what? 25. Alright. So what will be D? 2 more. That is 27. And what will be E? 2 more. That is 29. So what you basically needed to do was just add 4 to 25. So 29 is the answer, the value of E, the highest number. Next question. Now we are raising the bar, we are raising the level here. All right, so just try and solve this. 11 people went to a hotel to have a dinner. 11 लोग एक होटल में खाना खाने के लिए गए. 10 people paid ₹10 on an average. 10 लोगों ने औसतन यहां पर 10 रुपए दिए. ये गलत है, यहां पर इसको 10 कीजिए. And the remaining person paid ₹10 more than the average money paid by all the 11 persons. और बचे हुए व्यक्ति ने सभी 11 लोगों के औसत खर्चे से 10 रुपए ज्यादा दिए, सभी 11 लोगों के. अच्छा, तो अब यहां पर देखते हैं. लेट्स ट्राई एंड मेक एन इक्वेशन हियर. ऑलराइट. Now the whole point here is how much money did this 11th person pay? Okay, now have a look here. Now let the average money paid by all is ₹X. मान लेते हैं भाई सबने औसतन X रुपया दिया. ठीक, तो अब इसमें 10 लोगों ने कितना पे किया? How much money did 10 people pay? Well, each of the 10 persons has paid ₹10. So the total money paid by 10 persons will be ₹100. All right. And what is the sum paid by the 11th person? ₹10 more than the average money paid by the 11 persons. तो 11 लोगों का जो भी औसत आ रहा है उससे 10 रुपए ज्यादा दिए हैं इस व्यक्ति ने. Okay. So this is nothing but the amount paid by the 11th person. And X क्या है यहां पर? It is the average money paid by all the 11 persons. दैट इज व्हाट वी हैव हियर. ओके, अब ये लोग कितने हैं यहां पर? कुल मिलाकर 11 ही तो है, तो बन गई इक्वेशन. तो एवरेज इज इक्वल टू सम ऑफ क्वांटिटीज बाय नंबर ऑफ क्वांटिटीज. औसत बराबर है राशियों का योग बटा में राशियों की संख्या. जस्ट फॉलो द बेसिक कंसेप्ट. Don't try to go after too many gimmicks. Okay, how will you remember so many shortcuts? Just tell me. For every shortcut, every concept, if a shortcut is given to you, do you actually think that you will be able to remember them? Practice करेंगे sir. अरे तो you already have one concept, no? Just practice this, apply it, you will get the answers. You will never confuse between the concepts also. All right? कि अब इसके लिए कौन सा शॉर्टकट लगाएं, अब इसके लिए कौन सा शॉर्टकट लगाएं. भाई सीधी सी बात है, औसत बराबर राशियों का योगफल बटा में राशियों की संख्या. इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग. एवरेज इज सम ऑफ क्वांटिटीज बाय द नंबर ऑफ क्वांटिटीज. जस्ट स्टिक टू दैट. राइट, दैट इज अ वेरी बेसिक. सो लेट्स सॉल्व दिस. सो व्हाट वी हैव हियर इज एन 11x इज इक्वल टू 110. 100 plus 10 plus x plus x. So what we have here is a 10x is equal to 110. All right. So the value of x here we get as 11. Okay, so that means how much money did this person pay? The 11th person paid 10 plus x. Remember, this is the amount which is paid by the 11th person. So that means he has paid 10 plus 11, which is 21 rupees. All right, so 21 here would be the amount paid by this 11th person. All right, let's move ahead. Just try to solve this. Please be fast. Am I audible? All right, guys. Among three numbers, the second number is twice the first number and thrice the third number. If the average of these three numbers is 44, then which is the largest of the three numbers? Obviously, it is going to be the second number, which is twice the first and thrice the third. Okay. तीन संख्याओं में दूसरी पहली से दुगना और तीसरे से तीन गुना है. यदि तीनों की औसत 44 है तो इनमें से सबसे बड़ी संख्या कौन सी होगी? तो चलिए माना कि तीन संख्याएं हैं x, y और z. So let us first of all assume that these three numbers happen to be x, y and z, and it is already given to us that their average is 44. इनका दिया गया है, औसत तो ऑलरेडी बता रखा है ना, यहाँ पर 44 है ना. तो x plus y plus z by 3 is equal to 44. अब यहां पर यह भी दिया गया है कि जो दूसरी संख्या y है, द सेकेंड नंबर y इज डबल द फर्स्ट नंबर. ये तो पहली संख्या x के दुगना है, एंड ट्रिपल द थर्ड नंबर z, और तीसरी संख्या z के तिगुना है. सो द लार्जेस्ट नंबर हैज टू बी y. ओके, सबसे बड़ी संख्या y है. तो क्या करें, x और y को, x और z को y के टर्म्स में लिख दें. x क्या बना भाई, y बराबर 2x, y इज इक्वल टू 2x, सो x इज इक्वल टू y by 2. y बराबर 3z, तो z इज इक्वल टू y by 3. राइट. सो देन व्हेन यू ऐड दीज टुगेदर, यहां पे सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दो ना इसको. हम क्या कर रहे हैं, यहां पर ये वैल्यूज जो हैं इसको इस इक्वेशन में डाल रहे हैं. वी आर जस्ट पुटिंग these values into this equation, that's all. Substitute it. Simple substitution. All right, so once we do the simple substitution, we get y by 2 plus y by 3. तो यहाँ पे LCM जो है वो आपका 6 आ गया, तो ये 3 plus 6 plus 2, we get 11. All right. Now that is nothing but 44 into 3. ये देखो ना, ये तो 3 जो है यहाँ पर डिनोमिनेटर में राइट साइड गया, this went to right side and got multiplied. All right. So 11y by 6 is equal to 44 into 3. y is again 44 into 3 into 6. Do not multiply this. इसको मल्टीप्लाई करने की गलती मत किया करें कभी भी, क्योंकि आपको जब भी लगे कि आपके पास में फाइनल रिजल्ट जो है वो एक भिन्न आ सकता है, अंश बटा हर, तो जितनी भी संख्याएं हैं गुना में, जब तक कि जमा घटा का आपके पास में कोई साइन ना हो, अगर गुना ही है तो वो सब लिख दें. कहीं ना कहीं ऊपर और नीचे की वैल्यूज कट जाएंगी, कैंसिल हो जाएंगी. So whenever you know that you would get a fraction here, right, which consists of numerator and denominator, so write down all the values in numerators and denominators. Do not calculate them. For sure some values will get cancelled. It will save you time. So what you have here is a 44 into 3 into 6 by 11. So this, you see, gets cancelled here. easily. All right. So 4 into 3 is 12 into 6 is 78. That's what we get. All right. Sorry, 12 into 6, 72. So that is what we get here. Next one. In an examination, the average marks scored by 25 students is 18. Now, this is a very good fundamental. Out of these, the average marks scored by the first 12 are 14 and the average marks scored by the last 12 are 17. Then what will be the marks scored by the 13th student? Okay. Now, basically what he's trying to say is, now this is, let us say, student number 1, 2, 3, so on, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on. Then you have 24, 25. This is what is given, right? Now, basically what he's saying is that the marks scored by, average marks scored by 25 students is 18. So, इसका average कितना हो गया अभी? It is 18. All right. Now, these marks need not be consecutive. Nowhere they are given. Now, out of these, the average marks scored by the first 12 are 14. First 12. इनके average marks कितना है? It is given as 14. And the average marks scored by the last 12 are 17. यही तो है last 12. These are the last 12. So, average marks scored by them is 17. You have to find out the marks scored by the 13th person. All right, so one way here is you take the total. All right, that will be easy. So 12 into 14, and then, you know, whatever these 12 persons have scored on an average of 17. So you can say this is 12 into 14 plus 12 into 17 plus X marks scored by the 13th person. Okay, and if you divide this by 25, your average is coming out to be 44. That is what is given here. Okay, so you solve this. Again, don't do 12 into 14 and then don't do 12 into 17. Don't do that. You can simply take it as 12 into 14 plus 17. And this is 44 into 25. I told you not to multiply this. Okay. Now 14 plus 17 here, again, this is plus X. Okay. So now what you have here is 12 into 31. From that, you have to, sorry, not from that. You take it on the right hand side, right? So this is X is equal to 44 into 25 into 12 into 31. So this is minus. That's all that you need to do. Okay. Now we will perform some calculations. Now here we don't have a fraction, so we will need to perform calculation. So this is 100. Okay. And then once again we get 100 here. So basically you get 1100. That is all that we have here. Okay, so this is 12, 36, so 37. So when you reduce this, it's coming out to be a very large value. That's the total sum, right? Yeah. So the marks scored here should be somewhere around 728. These are the marks which are coming. Just one sec. Just let me see where, if at all we have committed. Okay, sorry. I took it as 44. Where is this 44 coming from? Okay, that was from the last question. It is given to us as 18. Let's take it up. So we have an 18 here. Okay. So let me just get rid of these. So you have it as 18 into 25, all right? So now X here is 18 into 25 minus 12 into 31. Now that would give you the solution, all right? So this is 90 and then 36 and 9 is 45, 450. And this anyhow we got it as 372, okay? So here we should get a 78 as the answer. Let's have a look here. So directly when we do it, we are getting the marks here as 78. Okay, Now similarly, if we want to avoid some lengthy calculations, what we could have done is, you take this average, okay? What you can do is, from here, you can reduce the average of first 12, so you'll get a 4. You can reduce the average of the next 12, that you will get as 1, okay? And here, if you see, you multiply that with 12. So what you are basically getting here is 12 into 5, 60. And to that you add 18. I'll show you again. Now 18 is the average of all the students. Up to here, 12 students, average score here is 14. From here, 12 students, average score is 17. You have to find out for the 13th student. So what you do is, you take 18 minus 14, which is 4. You take 18 minus 17, which is 1. You add these two. You get it as 5. Here also 12, here also 12. The number of students in the beginning and in the last are the same. All right. So what you do here is, you multiply this 5, which is the differences here, with 12, okay, and you add the average. So you get a 60 plus 18, directly you get a 75. Okay, sorry, 78. Take up the next one, please. Similarly, now here the only difference is, there we had 12 students, the 13th student was not included in any of the groups. दोनों वर्गों में से कहीं पर भी 13वें बच्चे को include नहीं किया गया था. But here there is an overlap. See, in an exam, the average marks scored by 11 students are 60. Okay, so 11 students, so 1, 2, it is having how many? 6 now. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. All right. Now the average which is given to you here of these 11 students, that is given to you as 60. Okay, average marks scored. Also it is given the average marks scored by first six. First 6 are 58. Now also it is given to you that the average marks scored by the last 6 are 63. So these are the last 6. 6 plus 6, we can't have 12 people, no. So the 6th person here has been included in first 6 as well as the last 6, both. Okay, so here it is 63. So once again, what you have here is a 58 into 6, all right, plus 63 into 6, okay, minus the weight of this, sorry, the marks scored by this 6th person. Okay, if you divide this complete by 11, then what you get? You get a average weight of 60. Okay, so you again perform the calculation here. Okay, 6 you can take as common, so 58 plus 63 you would get as 121. So you will have a 6 into 121 minus x, that is going to be equal to 60 into 11, which is 660. We already know that. Okay, so x here is nothing but, it is going to be a 726 minus 660. Okay, so we can easily have it as 66, the total marks scored. Okay, so that is what we are getting here. Okay, if at all now you want to avoid lengthy calculations, once again what you do is, this time because this is a person who's common, ये common आदमी है ना, ये तो पहले में भी और दूसरे ग्रुप में भी इंक्लूड हो रहा है, तो इस केस में आप 60 में से 58 ना माइनस करें, 60 में से 63 ना माइनस करें, आप क्या करें, उल्टा करें. So just do the opposite. Why? Because this is an extra. This person is extra. Why? Because he has been counted twice. इसे 2 बार गिन लिया गया है. So what you do is, you do 58 minus 60 and then 63 minus 60, so as to get minus 2 and plus 3. So what you get here basically is a plus 1. Okay, here you get a minus 2, here you get a plus 3, so you get a plus 1. All right, so you multiply it with 6, you get a 6. Now you add 60 to it. So you directly get 66 also. Standard procedure, all right, and this is the shortcut. All right, many a times you would find this question in many examinations. Batsman, how much he scores in some nth innings so that his average increases or decreases, kind of a thing. Okay, so when you look at it, a batsman scored 87 runs in his 17th innings, after which his average runs per innings increased by 3 runs. एक खिलाड़ी ने अपनी 17वीं पारी में 87 रन बनाए, 87, जिसके बाद में उसके रनों की औसत 3 रन से बढ़ गई. Now then, how much will be his average runs per innings after the 17th innings? Now let his average score after 16th innings be x. हमें तो ये भी नहीं पता कि 16वीं इनिंग्स के बाद में कितना है, तो आप उसे x होने दें. तो अब आपको ये पता ही है कि x इनिंग्स अगर उसने खेली है तो x इनिंग्स में उसका स्कोर कितना होगा. भाई टोटल उसने 16x रन मारे हैं, कितनी पारियों में? 16 पारियों में. He has scored a total run scored by him is 16. That is the average, that is the innings into average x. This is the total number of runs scored in 16 innings. So how much has he scored in the 17th innings? Well, it's given, it is 87. So now the number of innings has become 17. So this will be the average score that we will get, okay, which has increased by 3. So this will be the average score after the 17th innings. So we resolve this. So what we get here is a 17x plus 51, which is 16x plus 87. So you get the value of x here as 36. But this is the average after 16th innings. Remember? That is given to us now. So that means his average runs per innings after the 16th innings must be 36 plus 3, which is 39. That's all that you need to do here. Move on to the next one. The average salary of all the employees of a company is rupees 950. So average is given. This is, let me just write down the formula also for you. Average is what? Sum of quantities by number of quantities. We are sticking to the basics here, right? So now he says the average salary for all the employees is 950. अब हम यहाँ पर बताया गया है कि जितने भी employees हैं उनकी average salary जो है वो 950 रुपए. If the average salary of 15 officers is rupees 5250, अब यहाँ पर जो 15 ऑफिसर हैं, their average salary is 9250. So, sorry, 5250. So their total salary will become how much? Well, 15 into 5250. That will be their total salary. And the average salary of remaining workers is rupees 850. How many remaining workers? Don't know, no? So let the remaining workers be X. Okay. So their total salary received by these X workers will be 850 into X. Now what is the total number of employees? X will be remaining workers और 15 यहाँ पर ऑफिसर दिए हुए हैं, 15 और officers. So you get your equation here. Okay. Number of employees in the company will be X plus 15. All right. So hence, when you resolve this, basically you get the value of X here. All right. And then that is 645. Okay. You can easily find out that is 950X. Okay. You multiply this with 15. Okay. So that you can do. Okay, and then you can multiply here. What is the need of multiplying? Because you could have easily reduced it also, no? By taking this as common, as I have told you before. So you can have it as 15 into 950, that is equal to 15 into 5250 plus 850x. So now this will come to this side. So 950x minus 850x is equal to 15. 5250 minus 950 कॉमन ले लिया हमने यहाँ पर 15, तो 100x is nothing but it is 4350. okay, that into 15. आप इसे 100 से भाग कर दें, इसे हटा दें, okay, and you will get your value here. Okay, so now this is 4300. This anyhow will get cancelled, so you will only be left with 43 into 15. Let's resolve this. This is 645. So total here will be x plus 15. So 645 plus 15, that is nothing but 660. So we have another question from IBPS PO 2018. All right. Now it says the average age of a group of some persons is 16.75 years. By joining 20 new persons with an average age of 13.25 years, the average age of the group becomes 15 years. It decreases from 16.75 to 15. Find out the number of persons in the group initially. So let the initial number of persons be x. मान लेते हैं शुरुआत में x लोग थे, तो x लोगों का what will be the total age of these x people? 16.75 is the average into x, all right, plus the total age of these 20 persons, all right. Now this would be divided by how many? Well, x is the initial number of persons and this 20 is the new persons who have joined. So these are going to be the total number of persons in the group after 20 have joined. That is when the average has become 15 years. So you resolve this, x plus 20 goes to the left hand side, you multiply, all right, and 16.75x plus 265, 20 into 13.25. Just double it, 13 twos are, okay, 26, and then 0.25 into 2. We are taking 0.5 only. All right, resolving 300, 265, 35, and then you have 1.75x as 35. All right, so you have 35 by 1.75. Now you know that 35 into 5 is 1.75. So basically what you will get, the value of x here will be 20. That is going to be the number of persons initially in the group. All right. So with that, I just finished this session on averages. So please do practice and please make sure that you subscribe, share and like our videos and comment as well. It will be very motivating for us because this is absolutely free for everyone for a very, very noble cause. And especially during these times of COVID, when everybody is sitting at home and they're looking for a particular platform which can guide them to clear their examinations and make a career out of it. तो बहुत आवश्यक है जी, आप ये क्लासेस में बने रहें और कोशिश करेंगे जो भी आपको सिखाया जाता है या आप बार बार वीडियो देखकर रिवाइज करें और रिवीजन के साथ में क्वेश्चंस का हल बनाएं. So you will have another class tomorrow that will be for English. I will meet you again on Saturday and Sunday. Till then, I, Kapil Datta, sign off. Meet you again. Wish you all the luck. Do well, stay safe, work hard. Thank you.